Hello, noble home gods. Today's video is all about me, so if you are a fan of me and my games, be sure to subscribe to channel Pop for more Sonic content. If you do not subscribe, I am sorry, but you have to perish.
Hello, noble home dog. Today we are going to be looking at the best version of Sonic Forces that you can play right now. These upgrades are currently available for the PC version of the game. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Think about that when you're trying to sleep. So this is a rare occurrence where all of the gameplay in this video is my own. And with that, I really do feel the need to mention this footage does not do it justice because the frame rate is really bad. And that's nobody's fault. My laptop isn't exactly a gaming PC, but it can run Sonic Forces really smoothly. But I think running Sonic Forces and the OBS screen recorder was maybe too much of a big ask. So never mind, forgive the frame rate drops. So it's known by now that Sonic Forces was a pretty okay game, but it was bogged down by really bad level design, missed opportunities, and a really bad version of classic Sonic to control. So, like with Sonic Generations, the version of Sonic Forces to buy was the PC version, simply for its amazing modding community. So I played Sonic Forces the whole way through as if I were playing it for the very first time with what I consider to be the two quintessential mods for this game. These are the Sonic Forces Reimagine Levels mod by Brandon Jones, and the Classic Sonic Improvement mod by Showin and the Duck Dealer. So obviously there are a few reservations regarding Sonic Forces that I guess can't be fixed. I don't understand why they felt the need to bring back Chemical Plant and Green Hill Zone for the third time in a row, and the storyline is, well, it's far from Sega's best work when it comes to Sonic narratives. These are things that to an extent I can overlook, provided that they make it count in a way. As a 24-year-old man, the story of a Sonic the Hedgehog game is never going to appeal directly to me, so I'm fine to just let the kiddos have their spectacle. And Green Hill and Chemical Plant are welcome back if the level design is good. The key things I couldn't really overlook with Sonic Forces were the levels being as short and as linear and as empty as they were, particularly for modern Sonic, and well, the Reimagine Level mod really has me covered on all bases here. From the get-go, from Lost Valley, you can see immediately that there's so much going on in these levels compared to what there is in the original. Now, while to some degree they're still quite confined, there is at least multiple branching paths that last more than just a few seconds and actually feel like they take you on a different journey this time around. Both the 3D and 2D sections of modern Sonic and the Avatars levels have been overhauled with new obstacles, new sections, and new platforming segments. Probably the highlight of the Reimagine Level mod has to be the first halves of both Guardian Rock for the Avatar stage and Network Terminal for modern Sonic. These levels were almost exclusively side-scrolling, with Network Terminal only having a brief 3D stretch at the beginning, and then for Guardian Rock the whole stage was in 2D. And they were both of course pretty short because Sonic Forces levels in general are pretty short and, well, unfulfilling. But in the Reimagine mod they've effectively doubled in length, thanks to the fact that they added new 3D segments to these levels, and they're actually pretty substantial. For starters, if you're gonna add anything to Sonic Forces, make it more 3D segments, and that's exactly what they've done here. And the new 3D segments are really well done. Then in the other levels, just any areas that just seem like empty stretch corridors that you just run down in the original are now packed with new platforming segments and enemies. That opening stretch of luminous forest where you're just running forwards and just boosting, in the Reimagine mod, it now has all these different levels that you can jump onto to keep you on the higher path. This is honestly so much better. There's not a single disadvantage comparatively to upgrading to the Reimagine mod. Hands down, the Reimagine mod is better. Does it fix it? Does it make it perfect? Not quite. It fixes the Sonic Forces problem, but it does bring back the Sonic 1 problem in a few places. See, in Sonic games the whole thing is going fast, and in Sonic Forces, Sonic and the Avatar are very fast. And it is worth noting I do not have any kind of physics patch on for modern Sonic or the Avatar. I did try a few physics mods with it, but I found out there were some weird game-breaking glitches through combining those mods with this one, such as Metal Sonic getting stuck in an infinite loop, and a scripted event that kills you in Aqua Road. So I guess we'll have to just kind of accept that the physics are what they are in this, which is unfortunate as the acceleration is ridiculous in Sonic Forces, and sometimes these levels really do require you to take it at a more methodical pace, or else you're just going to get hit in the face with different obstacles. They also went ham with the Gatling gun enemy in this, for better or for worse, but at least there is a challenge now, at least there is some sense of satisfaction in completing these levels. At least I feel like I've earned it. I would definitely rather have the Sonic 1 problem of levels being a little bit too challenging than I would the Sonic Forces problem with levels just feeling empty. And if anything, I wouldn't really change the design of the levels to accommodate for that. I would see if maybe they could find a way of making a physics patch for modern Sonic and the Avatar compatible with the reimagined mod. It does also seem that they have left the tag team levels alone, which is, to be honest, fair enough, because I think the tag team levels had some of the best level design in Sonic Forces. They are naturally shorter than the other levels, but fair enough. These are just generally satisfying little stretches, especially Null Space.
I just wanted to take a moment to remind viewers to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to consider checking the Patreon link in the description below to help support the channel. His ass is poor after all.
So moving on over to Classic Sonic's side of the story with the Classic Sonic Improvement mod. From the get-go, the presentation is way better. So one thing that I didn't even realize mattered was in Sonic Generations, when playing as Classic Sonic, you'd occasionally get these changes in perspective of the camera angle where it almost looks kind of pseudo 3D. Sonic Forces has none of that, making for a less immersive experience, but the first thing I noticed about the Classic Sonic Improvement mod is that we've got that now. Not only that, we've got these nifty little level transitions that really add to the immersion. I think a favorite of mine is how Tails gets a bit more involved this time in the actual gameplay, as sometimes the level transitions feature Tails carrying Sonic into the playing field. Awesome. The level designs have had a little bit of retooling as well, and they are much better now. Remember Casino Forest? Remember how empty that felt with no badniks or anything? Well, here we got brand new badniks. So much better. There are also other things to add even more immersion to it, such as that giant crab mech from Guardian Rock appearing in the background of Classic Sonic's Green Hill stage, which is no longer called Green Hill, Green Hill. Literally, they're fixing the little things, and the attention to detail is really, really great. But something very unique happens in the very early part of the game. Remember the biggest missed opportunity of Sonic Forces being Chaos returning, only to get bumped off in a cutscene? Well, they've done it. They've officially done it. They have redeemed the greatest sin of Sonic Forces, because there is now a Classic Sonic versus Chaos boss fight, and it is a really well done battle. It's one of those boss fights that continually reinvents itself. It all feels well in line with what Chaos can do, and is probably the most interesting boss fight in the entire game. Awesome stuff. So well done. Very impressed. Even down to the little goalpost at the end of Classic Sonic's Sunset City stage, having a picture of Chaos on it. It's just attention to detail like this that makes it so much better. Not to mention, we've got the modern Doctor Eggman on the goalpost, which makes way more sense now. Also, Classic Sonic's physics have been overhauled, and they are significantly better now. They still need a little bit of work as for when he's jumping or airborne, as he's still pretty difficult to control with any kind of precision there. But while they're no Sonic Mania physics, they're really not bad, which means that Classic Sonic is actually enjoyable to play now. And here's the thing I'm a little lukewarm about, is that Classic Sonic has a new player model. Yeah, he's had a bit of a makeover, and I'm not 100% sure what I think of this. I get the sense it's supposed to replicate more how Classic Sonic looked in the early CGI trailer for Sonic Generations, and that's all well and good, but I can't help but think he looks just a teeny little bit strange. I mean, he's a little more expressive now. He looks a bit more like a dude with an attitude, as opposed to the cutesy little hedgehog that Classic Sonic is in Sonic Forces. But I don't know, he kind of feels like he's in a very different art style to the rest of this. He feels more out of place than he did before. But then again, in some ways he looks a little bit more like the USA version of Classic Sonic. Maybe that was the intention. Of course, minus the mohawk. So one way we can kind of gauge the success of these mods is to turn off the radio chatter. Now, the radio chatter was added to Sonic Forces to kind of distract from the emptiness of these levels. I've noticed Sonic Forces' base game doesn't feel right if you turn off that radio chatter, as stupid as it is. So when I did this playthrough, I turned off that stupid radio. and the game felt right. It felt so much better, which means it was a success. They successfully upgraded the levels in Sonic Forces. Now, one little thing is combining these two mods together isn't really 100% something you can do either. So you can run both of these mods at once, but you will lose some of the features of the classic Sonic Improvement mod, including the Chaos boss fight and the level transitions. And that is something of a price to pay. But you are still getting a much better package than the base game. So I think what I would recommend would be to play the entire game with just the classic Sonic Improvement mod switched on. Just play the story. Then switch on the Reimagined Levels mod, and then play through the game again for the modern Sonic and Avatar levels in their reimagined form. That way, it's kind of like you get a round 2 with it, you know? So, is Sonic Forces good now? I mean, look, I don't think the base game for Sonic Forces is bad as such, but it definitely needs a lot to be desired. And it's safe to say that these mods give it a new lease on life. Does it compete with Sonic Generations? Still not quite, but I can at least kind of respect the more experimental nature and what they were going for now that the game is more properly brought to life. The biggest sin of Sonic Forces was just feeling empty, and these mods definitely fix that. And honestly, I cannot applaud the modding community enough for this. Would I recommend you buy the game for the mods? Yeah, sure, yeah, definitely. I'd say it definitely bumps the game up from like a 5 out of 10 to at least a 7. This is definitely much more what I was hoping to see from Sonic Forces, and I really thank these modders for kind of letting me feel like I got a second chance at Sonic Forces, you know? Well, I had a blast playing through this, but what do you guys think? Comment below and discuss, and as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, hit subscribe, hit the like button, and in the description below are links to different social media feeds, as well as my Patreon and Join button for if you're feeling extra generous and extra supportive, but of course, you don't have to do that. That is a big ask. And with all that said, thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.